And so, as general manager of King TV, I'm happy and proud to salute John Keister and the cast of Almost Live on the beginning of their 10th successful season. Congratulations, John.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Tony. And I would just like to say that we are all very happy to be back, and we plan to make this our best year ever. So I'm happy to take any questions.
John,
Yes.
John, how do you feel now that Ross Schaefer, the original host of the show, is back in town and has his own show on Cairo?
Well, you know, I think it's great. Ross and I are good friends, and, you know, I hope it works out real well for him. So I'm happy about it.
John,
Yes.
question here, John.
Yes.
John, is Ross still driving that red Ferrari?
No, I think he's got a Jeep Cherokee now.
John?
Yes.
John, how long was Ross in Los Angeles?
I don't know, a couple of years?
John?
John, I heard that Ross made $500,000 a year hosting Match Game. True or false?
Well, you know, you'd have to ask Ross, I guess. You know, I don't know.
John, aren't you nervous about Ross being back?
No.
Just a little bit?
No.
A teeny little bit?
No.
A teensy weensy eensy beansy little bit?
No. Look, could we please get off? I'm not nervous. Can we please get off this Ross thing, please?
John, I have a question for Bill Staten.
Oh, great.
Bill, as producer of Almost Live, don't you think John seems just a little nervous about Ross?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, I'm John, and welcome to the beginning of our 10th season. And, you know, I guess we're getting to be kind of a Seattle institution here, but I have to say a real Seattle institution has a very important anniversary. I don't know if you know this, Dick's Drive-Ins turns 40 this year. Dick's, yes. They're all over. I know how you feel. They're all over Seattle, Lake City, Wallingford, Capitol Hill. But think about this. Even after 40 years, Bellevue is still dickless. Do you realize? Does that occur to you? Do you realize that? And somehow, just to bring you up to date, since we were last on the air, Cairo, you probably even noticed this, has decided to go back into the box, and it's a nice box. I think we've got a picture of it. Do we have a picture of Cairo? Isn't that a nice? A very nice box. Back here at our station at the Big King 5 News, the news director, Bob Jordan, you may have read this, the big boss unexpectedly resigned this week to take a job in Los Angeles. Now, he's gone. And I guess our news staff is taking it pretty hard. I think we've got a camera down in the newsroom now. I guess that's pretty... Yeah, they feel pretty bad about it. You know. Well, you know, people grieve in different ways. I think we ought to just let them alone. Actually, I wanted to point something out. There was a very interesting story in the last Newsweek. I don't know if you noticed. Sorry, excuse me, sir. Could you move away, please? You're kind of distracted.
Oh boy.
Could you just move out of there?
Oh, John.
No, really.
John.
Could you please?
Can you believe?
Yeah.
That's I just wanted to say that. Boy, I never could have gotten away with that dickless joke when I was there.
Thanks. If you know, just, when people stand that close, it kind of makes me nervous. Anyway, There's an interesting story, in the Newsweek, that's what I want to say, this last Newsweek. You might have noticed this here, the rapper Snoop Dogg, bow wow wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay, was charged with murder, and look who's on the same page with him there. Bill Nye! There he is. Or his, by his street name, MC Science Guy. Bill's known as what they call an OG, original geek, which I don't think I'd ever really live to see the day that rap stars charged with murder and Bill Nye would be on the same page in Newsweek, but hey, there it is. Just kidding, Bill. Anyway, Sleepless in Seattle was a big hit. If you saw the movie in a Seattle theater, you'll know that everyone's favorite part was when Tom Hanks set off from his houseboat on Lake Union with his little outboard and ended up on Alki. Well, remember that? At that point, pretty much the movie was over for most Seattleites. What the heck is that? How do you get? Anyway, there was another movie filmed in town that not as many people saw. We thought it was great and deserved another chance, so we brought a clip to show you tonight. Take a look.
He was a man wrongly accused of murdering his wife. A crime he claims was committed by a one-armed man. But fate would step in as he was being taken to prison for life when the ferry he was on collided with another ferry in the fall.
Captain, have you been drinking?
Captain, could you cut me out of these handcuffs?
Why, sure, Dr. Campbell, anything for you.
Now, he's a fugitive. But a fugitive in the wrong city. A city where skateboarders rule.
Hey, man, watch it. You can't do that here.
Oh, yeah?
We can do this anywhere because we're skateboarders in Seattle, man. That seems kind of stupid. Let's pound him.
Dr. Richard Kimball is the fugitive in Seattle. But it was also a city well known for its viciously polite element.
Excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Can you help me? I gotta find a one-armed man.
Gee, I'm sorry, I haven't seen one. I'll tell you what I could do, though. I'd be glad to cut off one of my arms for you.
No, that won't be necessary.
Do you have a knife or a saw or something?
You're nuts.
No, it'd be no problem,
Get away
really.
from me. You're
I'd like
nuts.
to do it. I want to do it for you.
He had stumbled into a city where everyone lives in their own little world.
Excuse me. Have you seen a one-armed man?
Yeah, they opened for Nirvana. They rock, man.
It's funny you should mention that because I represent the Downtown Snooty Retailers Association, and we have this petition here to keep people with missing body parts off of the streets. So if you can take this pen right here.
I'm from Politically Correct Seattle, and I heard what you said about a one-armed man. We don't call them that here. They're upper appendage challenged.
Is everyone here crazy? Just get away from me.
Just sign this, please.
No, we don't call them crazy here. They're differently thinking, pattern impaired.
Wait a minute, one-armed man. It's a nightclub in Belltown.
He was a fugitive, caught in a city full of desperate single people.
Male, 35. I love baseball and myself. No.
Excuse me. Sorry, but you've got to help me.
Hey, aren't you Dr. Kimball, the man who killed his wife?
Well, yes, but I didn't.
So you're really a doctor, huh?
Yeah, yes. I didn't kill my wife, though.
Oh, hey, that's okay. Even if you did, you'd have it over most of the losers in here.
Well, see, I'm looking for a one-armed man.
Great. You're gay?
Well, no, but I'm sorry, but...
But wait, maybe we could have a drink, or maybe we could just go for a walk on the beach in the rain.
The Seattle Times says the fugitive in Seattle has absolutely got to be one of the most... Please see Fugitive on page C19. The Seattle PI says we really couldn't afford to send someone to review it. And the Seattle Weekly says our readers who place personal ads are not losers. They're attractive, funny, financially secure, with height and weight proportionate. At least that's what they tell us. We don't know why they can't get dates. So go see the movie that all of Seattle is clamoring for.
There he is!
Oh, get out! God!
What's he doing?
Looks like he's gonna jaywalk.
Not in this town, you don't, buddy. Hey, I found the saw.
I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care. Just don't cross against the light in Seattle.
He's a fugitive in the wrong city. He's the Fugitive in Seattle. Now showing at a theater near you. Please, no talking at the Harvard exit.
All right, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Ballard Computer. It's time once again for the Grateful Gourmet, brought to you by Sprouts and by Super Stick Rolling Papers. Just one lick will make them stick. And now, here's your hosts, Rolf and Cinda.
Go. Go.
Huh?
You're on. Go.
Oh. Hi, I'm Rolf, the Grateful Gourmet. That's my name right there. There. Hey, stop it, man. Stop it. With me, as always, is Cinda. Today is Food Trip and Food Day, and that, of course, means popcorn, the ultimate food trip and food. But first, let's go to Bob in our satellite kitchen. How's it going, man? Barbecued tofu, all right. Okay, step one, measure out a quarter cup of popcorn.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, while Cinda does step one, let's take a phone call. Welcome to the Grateful Gourmet. This is Rolf.
Hey, man. I love your show, man. I never miss it, man. I'm wondering, man, what's the best thing to eat after a dead show, man?
Good question, caller. Now, everybody listen up. Okay, I'm not trying to get real heavy here, but a dead show totally drains you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically.
Yeah, you know how Jesus said, like, this is my body, my blood, and then he was, like, killed, and then he rose up and was, like, alive again? That's exactly how I feel after a dead show.
Wow.
1, 2, 3.
Anyway,
4.
caller, you need protein, and that's why we recommend string cheese. It's good and fun to eat, too, although it's kind of like peeling your own skin. So don't think about it too much, because it might freak you out.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Step two, put the popcorn into a pot.
I said pot.
Hey, this is totally, like, not hot.
That's because you don't have the burner on, dummy.
Oh, right. Thanks for the tip.
By the way, you guys are out of time. That's it.
Well, oh, weird. Okay. Well, until next time, this is the Grateful Gourmet saying...
1.
I forgot what I say.
You say goodbye!
Goodbye.
This has got to be your worst show ever.
Hey, cool the tent.
Don't touch me, man.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music. Now open in Tacoma.
Hey, Pam!
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. You look great. You look so cute. Well, here he is.
So this is Alan.
Okay, before you say anything at all, I mean, his hair is going to be totally different. This is way too 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, I want it cut away from his face. And maybe a little longer in the back, you think?
It's nice, though.
And of course, new frames. I mean, something that doesn't make him look like such a turtle. Huh. But not too John Lennon-y.
No, that wouldn't fit his face at all.
No, round. No. Okay, clothes.
Well, obviously not these.
I'm thinking Gap. White T-shirt or a white Oxford. A straight leg jeans, black, of course. I mean, I know it's not original, but I think it'll give me a foundation to build on.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay, shoes. Oh, God, don't look at the shoes.
Boy, those are really bad.
Well, his old girlfriend worked at Mervyn's.
Say no more.
Anyway, I think I'm going to bring in some black loafers. It's clean and simple.
What about Doc Martens?
Boots or low cuts?
Definitely low cuts.
Good suggestion. I like it. I'll think about it. Okay, moving on to accessories. Maybe a pierced ear.
But not a stud. I mean, no stone or
Oh, no. A
diamond.
hoop, like a gold hoop.
Perfect. Statement without making a statement.
Exactly. Okay, as far as facial hair, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I like it, but it may not fit. Like maybe sideburns or the mustache going into the beard.
That's kind of hard. Although, you know, that would take care of that weak chin area. But, you know, you don't have to decide right away.
You're right. You're absolutely right, I don't. So, anyway, I guess that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it is nice to meet you, Alan.
Isn't it great? Oh, should we sit down?
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Crazy.
Good evening, and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Well, Washington Congressman Jim McDermott says he favors a Canadian-style health system. And when asked to explain the Canadian health system, McDermott said, basically, it covers all bacon-related injuries. Well, former Seattle Sonic Tom Chambers was married today. He says the night he met his bride was very special, as it was the first time he had made a pass in 15 years. The State Board of Education is considering a proposal that would eliminate the use of Native Americans as mascots for public schools. Now, among the names that may be eliminated would be the Bethel Braves, the Clover Park Warriors, and the Marysville High Blackjack Dealers. Two University of Washington women were featured in Playboy's Girls of the Pac-10 pictorial, and there was a little bit of controversy, however, when Stanford football coach Bill Walsh called the women mercenaries. Said they were only at the UW because of their breasts. A state advisory committee has recommended that children under 14 not be allowed to carry guns. The NRA immediately condemned the recommendation, saying if kids with guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have kids with guns. Scientists recently announced that they've isolated the gene that acts as the morphine receptor in the human brain. They say that under a microscope, it looks amazingly like Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards. At a recent press conference, the Mariners' #1 draft pick, Alex Rodriguez, called the Kingdome, quote, a beautiful stadium. When asked what was the first thing he planned to buy with his new multi-million-dollar contract, Rodriguez replied, some new glasses. Finally, mayoral candidate David Stern, the inventor of the smiley face button, says he won't use the famous symbol during his campaign this year. Political experts say that this might be short-sighted on Stern's part, pointing out how well the Mr. Yuck button worked for Governor Lowry. This has been the John Report. Thank you.
Hey, Dan, you busy?
Not really, just finishing up some files here. Why, what do you need?
Well, we got some time before the 3 o'clock meeting, so we thought we'd go yell at whores.
Well, I just yelled at some whores this morning on the way in. Yeah, why not? Sure.
Hey, whores!
Hey,
horse! You're horse! I got one. Hey, horse! Hey, you guys are horse! You're horse!
Hey, I think they heard us.
Oh, yeah, they heard us. They heard us, all right. Horse! Hey, you. Hey, horse. Horse.
You know what you are? You're horse.
Horse. Yeah.
Well, still got a few minutes for the meeting. What do you want to do now?
Want to go laugh at old people?
Say goodbye to the first show of our 10th season, which will certainly be the first of many more. We want to just say thank you for tuning in on our first show of the 10th season, which I'm sure will be the first of many more to go. What, 20, 30 more years? I'd say we're going to be around for probably maybe 50 more years, but this is the start of it. Anyway, thanks very much. We'll see you next week.
Here they come! Okay!